Paying for something with cash or a bog standard credit card these days seems a bit old-fashioned, although of course relying on something like Google Pay full-time also has potential pitfalls. Like what happens when your phone suddenly dies on you at the end of a massive session before you've even made it to the kebab house. And that's why a service like Curve is well worth considering for all of your payment needs. It basically takes traditional card payments and mega sexifies them with convenient app support and all kinds of bonus perks. It's a best of both worlds scenario for sure, and I've been testing out Curve Metal for around about a month now, and here's all you need to know about the service and my in-depth thoughts. And if you do sign up for Curve, don't forget to use the code SPURT and you'll get a free $5 when you make your first transaction. Huzzah! In case you missed it, that's Spurt. Spurt. So first up, there are 3 different Curve subscriptions to choose between here. You get Blue, Black or Metal. Blue is completely free of charge, while Black will cost you $10 a month and Metal is $15. Of course, these more premium subscriptions do offer a few bonus benefits as well, which I will cover in a bit. Now, the first major benefit of Curve is that it combines all of your existing credit and debit cards into just one very cool card, which means no more big fat wallet scenarios. At the time of filming, every MasterCard or Visa debit and credit card was supported, but not Amex. And this setup is great from a security viewpoint because it means you only have to cancel the one card if the worst happens and your wallet is either lost or nicked by some thieving gobshite. And cancelling is dead easy too. You don't need to worry about ringing up a hotline or anything like that. Just open up the Curve app, which of course is secured by a 4-digit PIN. Go to the card section and you'll notice a lock card option within there. Just a quick tap and you're done. If you sign up for the Metal subscription, then of course you get a Metal card, and it is very cool indeed, not just from a temperature standpoint either. Hand it over at a restaurant and you're guaranteed to get an admiring, "Ooh, that's proper heavy," from whoever's serving you. At which point you say, "Yes, it's made of metal, don't you know?" And they say, "Ooh, are you some kind of celebrity or something?" And you say, "Yes, I'm on the YouTubes, you may have heard of it, Techspurt." And they say, "Oh, you're one of those YouTube kers." And of course, as you would expect, the card has built-in NFC support, so you can tap and go on smaller transactions and on stuff like Oyster card barriers as well. So besides the card consolidation, the strong security, and being an awesome token point when you hit up Mackie D's for your midnight Big Mac, what are the other benefits of Curve? Well, for one, it's dead simple to keep track of your spends across all of your accounts via the Android or iOS app. Very helpful for budgeting. And also slightly terrifying when you wake up with a pounding hangover and no idea of how much you spent on rounds the night before. Sometimes not known is really better. And how do you actually determine which account each transaction comes out of when you're using your Curve card? Well, you can actually set the default card through the app itself and then change it at any time. Just a quick tap and that is your new default, and this takes instant effect. And sure, it might seem a bit of a ball ache having to constantly open the app and go through it and choose a specific card before each transaction depending on the current circumstances, but Curve does have a killer feature up its sleeve to really help out in that area called Go Back in Time. And before you get too excited, no, this isn't a proper DeLorean style feature where you can actually go back to the previous night and convince yourself not to drink those 12 pints. Rather, you can move any transaction performed under £1,000 from the last 2 weeks from one account to another with just a couple of quick taps, complete with this very funky bit of animation. So thankfully you don't need to worry about setting the exact correct card for every single transaction before you make it. Just remember to sort it out later. But also bear in mind you can only use this feature once per transaction, so make sure you get it right. And another major benefit that will be a huge relief to any frequent travelers is the culling of those pesky foreign exchange fees as well, no matter where you roam in the world and no matter which account you're using. Definitely a great plus. Although of course there are limitations on this feature depending on which subscription service you plump for, so check the website for full details. And you'll also enjoy 1% cashback when you spend with certain services as well. On the Metal Premium subscription service you can choose up to 6 cashback companies from a long list, including the likes of Amazon, TfL, Tesco's, plenty of big names, while the Black service gives you up to 3 to play with. And in case you're wondering, the important information, Mackie D's, Burger King and Nando's are all on that list, but no KFC. Boo. Every time you spend a little bit of cash with those chosen firms, you get a bit of Curve cash added to your accounts, which you can then spend on anything you like. Nice. And if you're Black or Metal, you'll enjoy free worldwide travel insurance via AXA, while Metal subscribers will also get free phone insurance on top of that, as well as discounted airport lounge access. Although it's still about 20 quid a pop, so you'll probably want to load up on those free drinks and maybe bung a few bags of crisps in your case for later. And good news if you want to pay for your stuff using your phone as well, because Apple, Samsung and Google Pay are all supported. And if you know any fellow human beings who are also on Curve, you can bung a bit of cash their way directly through the app, although I haven't had a chance to test that out yet. Take note though that all users have an initial spending limit. With the blue curve, this starts at 200 quid a day, but the more you use the card, the higher that limit goes, and you can check how close you are to hitting the limit at any time through the app. So if you're tempted to jump on board with Curve, the major question is which membership service is best for you, and to be honest, that kind of depends on your general lifestyle and how much you spend. If you throw a lot of cash at some of the supported companies and that 1% cashback perk, then that'll pretty much pay for the subscription by itself, although we are talking about £1,000 for the black subscription and a 1.5k for the metal. But still, frequent travellers will definitely save a good bit of cash from the complete lack of conversion fees, which is great news indeed. And of course you get the likes of that bonus travel insurance as well, which is also awesome. But even if you don't travel all that often and you try and limit how much you spend on a monthly basis, I'd say it's still worth jumping on board with Curve purely for the convenience factor of only having to carry around the one card with you, and the fact that the app has got so many great features and it's so easy to track all of your spends across all of your accounts just in one place. So if you're tempted to sign up for Curve, don't forget to use the code SPURT in order to get a free $5 when you perform your first transaction. Definitely let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you're on Curve, it'd be great to hear your own personal experiences, and for more on the latest great tech, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers!